What if the life you're living isn't real? What if reality is a game and the clock is ticking towards game over? This isn't just another conspiracy theory. It's a question that strikes at the heart of everything you believe. Allegedly leaked CIA documents are now circulating, hinting that the simulation we inhabit is set to conclude in March 2025. Before you dismiss this as utter madness, consider what's at stake: your perception of reality, your purpose in life, and your very freedom. Let's be clear, we're not here to confirm or deny these claims. Instead, we will use this as a launchpad to critically examine the nature of our reality. Simulation theory, once relegated to the fringes of philosophical discussion, has increasingly permeated mainstream consciousness. Movies like The Matrix and thought experiments exploring the nature of consciousness have captivated our collective imagination, prompting us to question the very fabric of our existence. The CIA, the alleged source of these revelations, is hardly a beacon of transparency. With a well-documented history of misinformation campaigns and covert operations, should we blindly accept anything attributed to them? This very skepticism forms the bedrock of our exploration today. We will explore this, while embracing the idea that even outrageous claims deserve scrutiny. Consider Plato's allegory of the cave, where prisoners mistake shadows for reality. Are we, too, trapped within a limited perception, unaware of the true nature of our world? Is it possible that our senses are being manipulated, our thoughts controlled, our very existence a carefully constructed illusion? Even if the simulation theory is false, confronting these questions can lead to profound self-awareness and empowerment. Imagine the potential chaos if the simulation were truly coming to an end. What would that end even look like? Would there be a system reboot, a global upgrade, or something far more disruptive? How would society react to such a revelation? Fear, panic, and manipulation would likely run rampant, making preparedness, both mental and emotional, absolutely essential. But what if this end isn't an end at all, but a wake-up call? Perhaps these leaked documents, genuine or not, point to hidden knowledge, suppressed truths about our existence. Understanding the underlying nature of reality, whether simulated or not, offers a sense of control amidst the uncertainty. Think of it as learning the rules of the game or discovering the cheat codes. The more you understand the system, the better equipped you are to navigate it and even influence it. In times of such profound uncertainty, critical thinking becomes your most powerful weapon. Self-reliance becomes your lifeline, and inner peace becomes your sanctuary. These are not just abstract concepts, they are the tools you need to thrive, regardless of what the future holds. Simulation theory, at its core, is not a new idea. Its roots can be traced back to the musings of philosophers like Descartes, who questioned the reliability of our senses. More recently, thinkers like Nick Bostrom have explored the possibility of advanced civilizations creating simulated realities indistinguishable from our own. But beyond these intellectual exercises lies a far more relevant consideration: the very real societal programming and control mechanisms that shape our perceptions and behaviors every single day. What if the end of the simulation isn't a cataclysmic event, but rather a societal reset? Perhaps it's a system reboot, forcing us to confront the flaws in our current programming. Or maybe it's an upgrade, ushering in a new era of consciousness. Each interpretation raises profound questions about who's running the show. Are there benevolent guides, malevolent controllers, or is it something else entirely? It's crucial to understand the potential frameworks. Is the simulation external, something out there, manipulating our world? Or is it internal, a construct of our own minds and perceptions, a collective dream we are all co-creating? Is what you perceive as reality merely a reflection of your own subjective experience, filtered through the lens of your beliefs and biases? So, what if those CIA documents are the real deal? What if they're nothing more than a calculated piece of disinformation? And perhaps most importantly, what if the simulation end isn't what we expect at all? What does be prepared even mean in this context? Hidden forces may indeed be at play, subtly manipulating our perception, pulling strings behind the scenes. But what if there are ways to hack the simulation, to bypass the programming and unlock greater control over our lives? Is it possible to tap into the source code of reality itself? Pay close attention to recurring themes, subtle glitches, and strange synchronicities in your daily life. They may be breadcrumbs, clues pointing to the true nature of the simulation and the path towards greater awareness. We must begin to recognize these patterns. In the upcoming sections, we will delve deeper into these questions, exploring the nature of reality, the power of perception, and the tools you need to prepare, both mentally and emotionally, for the coming changes, whatever they may be. Stay tuned. Let's pull back the curtain on these alleged CIA documents for a moment. Before we dive headfirst into the simulation, shouldn't we question the messenger? After all, the agency isn't exactly known for its unwavering commitment to truth and transparency. The CIA's history is riddled with documented instances of misinformation campaigns and psychological operations designed to shape public opinion. Consider Operation Mockingbird, a chilling example where the CIA allegedly infiltrated the media to disseminate propaganda. Or MK Ultra, a mind control program that involved unethical and often horrifying experiments on unwitting citizens. These aren't just conspiracy theories. They are historical facts, meticulously documented and readily available for your own scrutiny. Given this past, can we blindly trust anything attributed to such an organization, especially when it comes to claims about the very nature of reality? It's entirely possible that these documents are a deliberate attempt to manipulate public perception, a sophisticated form of psychological warfare designed to sow discord, confusion, or even acceptance of a predetermined narrative. Perhaps they are a false flag, intended to distract us from other, more pressing issues, or to gauge our reaction to potentially destabilizing information. Think of it as a magician's misdirection, drawing our attention to one hand while the real trick happens with the other. The question isn't necessarily whether the simulation exists, but why this information is surfacing now and who benefits from its release. Even if these documents turn out to be complete fabrications, the questions they raise about reality, control, and our place in the universe remain profoundly valid. The pursuit of truth shouldn't depend on the authenticity of a single source, especially one with a questionable track record. Instead, it should fuel our own critical inquiry and inspire us to seek answers from within ourselves and from diverse, reliable sources. The real value lies not in accepting the claims at face value, but in using them as a catalyst for deeper exploration. So, we began with the simulation theory, and now find ourselves questioning the very source of the information, evolving our initial skepticism into a broader examination of manipulation itself. It's a pattern we see repeated throughout history, from media narratives carefully crafted to influence elections to political propaganda designed to justify wars. These are all simulations of a sort, realities constructed to control our thoughts and behaviors. The key is to recognize the patterns, to see through the illusion, and to reclaim our power of perception. But what if the simulation isn't some external construct imposed upon us by shadowy forces? What if it's a reflection of our own limiting beliefs, a self-imposed prison built from societal programming and ingrained assumptions? This shifts the focus inward, suggesting that the true key to liberation lies not in escaping the matrix, but in dismantling the walls within our own minds. Consider the societal institutions that subtly program us from a young age. The education system, while ostensibly designed to enlighten, often reinforces conformity and discourages critical thinking. The media, with its constant barrage of curated information and sensationalized narratives, shapes our perceptions of the world and dictates our desires. Even our governments, with their complex systems of laws and regulations, subtly nudge us towards compliance and obedience. These institutions, while not inherently malevolent, contribute to a collective programming that limits our potential and confines us within a narrow band of perceived reality. These ingrained beliefs, absorbed unconsciously over years of conditioning, create a self-imposed simulation that limits our potential. We begin to believe that we are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to achieve our dreams. We accept limitations that are not inherently real, but rather the result of carefully constructed narratives. It's like living in a house with invisible walls, unaware that we have the power to tear them down. But how do we identify and challenge these limiting beliefs? Techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, offer practical tools for examining our thought patterns and identifying distortions. Self-reflection exercises, such as journaling and meditation, can help us to become more aware of our inner landscape and to uncover the hidden assumptions that shape our perceptions. The process of self-inquiry is like peeling back the layers of an onion, revealing the core beliefs that drive our behaviors and limit our potential. This is where we shift from being passive victims of the simulation to active participants in its creation. If our beliefs shape our reality, then changing those beliefs can literally change our world. It's a radical idea, but one that empowers us to take control of our lives and to create a future that aligns with our highest aspirations. Imagine the possibilities if we collectively began to dismantle these limiting beliefs. What if we started questioning the narratives that perpetuate fear, division, and scarcity? What if we embraced our inherent potential and began creating a world based on love, compassion, and abundance? This is the potential of a collective awakening, a shift in consciousness that could transform society as we know it. Therefore, let's reframe the end of the simulation, not as a catastrophic event, but as an unprecedented opportunity for a collective awakening. Perhaps the increasing chaos and uncertainty in the world are not signs of impending doom, but rather catalysts forcing us to question our long-held assumptions and to seek deeper truths. Perhaps this surge of chaos and ambiguity is prompting individuals to scrutinize assumptions and pursue profound insights. The very foundations of our societal structures are being questioned, leading people to explore alternative perspectives and challenge established norms. It's as if the simulation itself is cracking, allowing glimpses of the reality beyond. This collective questioning is not merely intellectual. It's a deeply felt yearning for something more authentic, more meaningful. This can and will lead to a profound shift in consciousness and a transformation of society. It's about understanding the illusion, not fearing its end. This shift represents not a doomsday event, but a significant opportunity for change. As individuals awaken, they begin to see through the layers of manipulation and control, reclaiming their power and autonomy. This awakening can ripple outwards, inspiring others to question the status quo and join in the collective movement towards a more conscious and sustainable future. The so-called end could mark the dawn of a new era, driven by self-awareness and collective action. However, failing to awaken carries significant risks. Continued manipulation and control become almost inevitable if we remain trapped in the simulation's pre-programmed narratives. We risk sleepwalking into a future dictated by those who seek to maintain their power, perpetuating cycles of inequality, conflict, and environmental destruction. But if enough people awaken, we can unlock the potential for creating a more positive and sustainable future. A future where collaboration triumphs over competition, where empathy guides our actions, and where the well-being of all beings is prioritized. A future where we consciously co-create a reality that reflects our highest values and aspirations. Breaking free from societal programming and overcoming fear is undoubtedly challenging. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. The conditioning runs deep, and the forces seeking to maintain control are powerful. Yet, the potential rewards are immeasurable. Therefore, what practical strategies can we employ to manage anxiety, cultivate inner peace, and build resilience in the face of such uncertainty? Practices like meditation and mindfulness can help us to quiet the noise of the external world and connect with our inner source of strength. Deep breathing exercises can calm the nervous system and reduce feelings of overwhelm. Developing critical thinking skills empowers us to question everything we are told and to discern truth from falsehood. External events inevitably impact our internal state, but we have the power to choose how we respond. By cultivating emotional intelligence and developing healthy coping mechanisms, we can navigate challenges with greater equanimity and resilience. Recognizing the impact of external events allows us to consciously choose our response, rather than being swept away by fear or reactivity. Therefore, let's shift our perspective from fearing the end to embracing the potential for a new beginning. Let's see ourselves not as victims of circumstance, but as powerful creators of our own reality. This is not about escaping the world, but about transforming it from the inside out. It is time to recognize that you are not merely a pawn in this game, but a powerful creator with the ability to shape your own destiny. See yourselves not as victims of a predetermined fate, but as architects of your own experience. What would it look like to embrace the potential of a new beginning? Now, let's develop the simulation thread by introducing the concept of hacking reality through conscious intention and focused thought. It's about actively shaping the world around you by understanding the rules of the game and bending them to your will. It's about taking control of the narrative and writing your own story. The power of belief and expectation can profoundly influence outcomes. Consider the placebo effect, where a sugar pill can alleviate symptoms simply because the patient believes it will. Or the manifestation techniques, where focusing on a desired outcome can increase the likelihood of it coming to fruition. These aren't just anecdotal stories, but scientifically documented phenomena that demonstrate the power of the mind to influence reality. Aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions is crucial for creating desired results. When your inner world is in harmony, your outer world reflects that alignment. It's about becoming a conscious creator, intentionally shaping your life in accordance with your values and aspirations. The concept of hacking reality finds echoes in ancient spiritual traditions that emphasize the power of the mind. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the concept of Maya describes the world as an illusion, a veil that obscures the true nature of reality. By piercing through this veil, we can gain access to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. Similarly, simulation theory can be seen as a modern interpretation of these ancient philosophical concepts, suggesting that our perceived reality is not fixed, but rather a malleable construct that can be influenced by our thoughts and intentions. Both offer a compelling vision of the power within. Expanding the mystery, what if humans possess latent abilities and untapped potential far beyond what we currently understand? What if we are capable of unlocking extraordinary powers through self-awareness, meditation, and other spiritual practices? These are not just fantasies, but tantalizing possibilities that beckon us to explore the depths of our own being. Perhaps these latent abilities are related to the fundamental nature of reality and consciousness. What if our minds are not simply passive observers, but active participants in the creation of the universe? What if collective consciousness has the power to shape the world around us, influencing events and creating new realities? Connecting personal transformation to collective action, it's vital to emphasize the importance of community and connection. Seek out like-minded individuals, build supportive networks, and collaborate on projects that align with your values. Together, we can create a powerful force for positive change. Find your tribe. Join online forums, attend workshops, volunteer in your community. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. The journey of awakening is not meant to be traveled alone. This pattern of skepticism versus acceptance extends to choosing who to trust and collaborate with. Not everyone is aligned with your highest intentions, and it's crucial to discern who is genuine and who is not. Trust your intuition and surround yourself with people who uplift and empower you. Remember, collective intention can create positive change through group efforts. By uniting our minds and hearts, we can amplify our power to shape the world around us. Together, we can create a ripple effect that transforms society and creates a brighter future for all. Therefore, let's reiterate the video's core message: the importance of self-awareness, critical thinking, and inner peace in navigating these uncertain times. By cultivating these qualities, we can weather any storm and emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. We've explored the nature of reality, the power of perception, and the tools you need to prepare for the coming changes, whatever they may be. We've questioned the source of information, challenged limiting beliefs, and embraced the potential for collective awakening. This journey has no end. We must question, hack, connect. Question everything, hack reality, and connect with your community. This action flow is important as we navigate to the future. In our upcoming videos, we will delve deeper into specific techniques for hacking reality and building inner strength. We'll explore practical applications for improving memory, recall, mental focus, and unlocking your hidden potential. Remember that individual viewers will be able to serve as their own evidence, tracking personal impacts as they make lifestyle and mindset adjustments. Shift your focus from external validation to internal transformation. Above all, each individual has the power to choose their own reality, regardless of external circumstances. The end of the simulation can be viewed as a catalyst for positive change, depending on the choices we make. The choice between fear and empowerment is a recurring theme within the simulation. Recognize this pattern and choose empowerment over fear in every moment. Cultivate mindfulness, practice self-affirmations, and consciously choose thoughts and actions that align with your highest self. But what if the manipulation extends far beyond the CIA, beyond even governments and corporations? What if unseen forces or entities are subtly influencing human consciousness, pulling strings from behind the curtain of reality? It's a concept that may sound like science fiction, yet it echoes in ancient myths and legends across cultures, whispering of hidden controllers or puppet masters manipulating humanity for their own inscrutable purposes. Are we truly the authors of our own destiny, or are we merely characters in a play directed by forces we cannot comprehend? Consider the archons described in Gnostic texts, entities said to have created the material world as a prison for human souls. Or the jinn in Islamic folklore, supernatural beings capable of influencing human thoughts and actions. These ancient narratives, while fantastical, hint at a deeper unease. The suspicion that we are not entirely in control, that there are forces at play beyond our everyday awareness. Even modern conspiracy theories, from the Illuminati to the New World Order, tap into this primal fear of hidden control. Perhaps these forces, whatever they may be, are not necessarily malevolent. Perhaps they are simply playing a cosmic game, conducting an experiment, or even attempting to guide humanity's evolution. Imagine a group of scientists observing a petri dish, making subtle adjustments to the environment to see how the bacteria react. Are they evil? Not necessarily. They're simply curious, exploring the possibilities. Could humanity be part of a similar experiment? A grand cosmic game with rules and objectives we don't yet understand. While it's crucial to remain open to these possibilities, it's equally vital not to succumb to paranoia. The world is complex and multifaceted, and attributing every event to a hidden agenda can be as limiting as blindly accepting everything we're told. A balanced perspective is essential, one that combines critical thinking with a healthy dose of skepticism, and a willingness to consider all possibilities without becoming consumed by fear. Evolving the skepticism versus acceptance pattern, let's now question the nature of power itself. Who truly wields it? Is it the politicians we see on television, the CEOs who run multinational corporations, or are there forces operating on a deeper level, influencing the very fabric of reality? These questions are not meant to incite fear, but to encourage a more profound understanding of the world and our place within it. Modern-day power structures often mirror the unseen forces of ancient myths. Corporations, with their vast resources and global reach, can shape consumer behavior, influence political decisions, and even manipulate public opinion. Global elites, through their control of finance, media, and technology, can exert a significant influence on the course of human events. Are these entities simply acting in their own self-interest, or are they part of a larger, more complex game with unknown rules and objectives? Let's expand on the concept of hacking reality by introducing the idea of symbolic language and its power to influence the subconscious mind. Symbols are all around us, from the logos on our favorite products to the flags that represent our nations. But what if these symbols are not simply decorative, but rather carefully crafted messages designed to bypass our conscious awareness and influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors? Advertising, for example, is rife with subliminal messages and archetypal imagery designed to create associations and trigger desires. Consider the use of colors, shapes, and sounds in commercials, all meticulously chosen to evoke specific emotions and create a sense of need. Or the use of celebrity endorsements, leveraging the power of social influence to persuade us to buy products we may not even need. Political propaganda often employs similar techniques, using emotionally charged language and imagery to manipulate public opinion and sway voters. Understanding these symbols can empower individuals to become more aware of manipulation attempts. It's about learning to see beneath the surface, to recognize the hidden meanings behind everyday images and messages. Just as a skilled detective can decipher clues to solve a mystery, we can learn to decode the symbols that shape our perceptions of reality. Shifting the perspective from being a passive receiver of information to an active interpreter of symbols is a crucial step in reclaiming our minds. Become symbol literate. Question the hidden meanings behind everyday images and messages. What is this ad really trying to tell me? What emotions is this political slogan designed to evoke? By asking these questions, we can begin to dismantle the manipulation matrix and reclaim our power of perception. But what about the glitches in the simulation, those unexplained phenomena that seem to defy the laws of physics or logic? Synchronicities, those uncanny coincidences that seem too meaningful to be random. Déjà vu, that eerie feeling of having experienced something before. Perceived violations of the laws of physics, like objects disappearing or teleporting. Are these simply quirks of the mind, or could they be glimpses beyond the veil of illusion, cracks in the fabric of reality that reveal something more? These glitches, however you want to interpret them, may offer a glimpse beyond our everyday reality. Perhaps they are moments when the underlying code of the simulation becomes visible, when the matrix briefly flickers and reveals its true nature. Or perhaps they are simply reminders that reality is far more complex and mysterious than we currently understand. Ignoring these glitches may lead to missed opportunities for personal growth and awakening. They can serve as clues to uncover the true nature of reality, to unlock hidden potentials within ourselves, and to gain a deeper understanding of the universe. It's about paying attention to the unusual, the unexpected, the seemingly impossible. The challenge lies in overcoming the constant bombardment of information and sensory input in modern society. We are constantly bombarded with notifications, advertisements, and distractions, making it difficult to focus our attention and cultivate mental clarity. How can we filter out the noise and connect with our inner wisdom? Strategies for filtering distractions involve time blocking, dedicating specific periods for focused work or reflection, free from interruptions. Digital detox, consciously disconnecting from technology for certain periods, can help to reduce sensory overload and restore mental balance. Sensory deprivation, even in small doses, such as spending time in a quiet, dark room, can help to quiet the mind and enhance self-awareness. Prioritize experiences that connect you to nature, creativity, and authentic human connection. Go for a walk in the woods, listen to music, create art, or simply spend time with loved ones. Shifting the perspective, see your minds as sacred spaces that deserve protection and nurturing. Cultivate a mental environment that supports your well-being and empowers you to thrive. Choose to consume information that inspires you, challenges you, and expands your understanding of the world. Developing the power within thread, let's introduce basic concepts from quantum physics, such as the observer effect and quantum entanglement. These concepts suggest that consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality, that our thoughts and intentions can influence the world around us in ways we are only beginning to understand. What does it mean if the act of observing something changes it? Quantum physics shows us that the universe is not a collection of separate objects, but a web of interconnected energy. Quantum entanglement suggests that two particles can be linked together in such a way that they share the same fate, regardless of the distance separating them. This connection, seemingly defying the laws of classical physics, hints at a deeper interconnectedness that permeates all of reality. These scientific concepts echo ancient spiritual traditions, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all things. The concept of oneness, found in many traditions, suggests that we are all part of a larger, unified consciousness, connected to each other and to the universe in ways we cannot fully comprehend. If everything is connected, what does that mean about our individual responsibility? Drawing parallels, quantum entanglement mirrors the concept of oneness in various spiritual traditions. Both suggest that we are not isolated individuals, but rather interconnected parts of a larger whole. This interconnectedness has profound implications for how we treat each other, how we interact with the environment, and how we perceive our place in the universe. Expanding the mystery, let's explore the power of intention to influence events and manifest desired outcomes. Setting clear intentions, visualizing desired results, and aligning one's actions with their goals is a powerful recipe for creating positive change in our lives. The heart of the matter is, intention focuses energy. Examples from science and spirituality show intentionality impacting objective and subjective states. Studies have shown that prayer and meditation can have a positive impact on healing and well-being. The placebo effect demonstrates the power of belief to influence physical outcomes. These examples, while not fully understood, suggest that our thoughts and intentions have a tangible effect on the world around us. Building upon previous knowledge, the power of intention may be related to the quantum nature of reality and the interconnectedness of all things. If consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality, then our intentions may be a powerful force for creating positive change. This can influence our actions, and our actions can influence the world. Discussing the potential for collective intention to create positive change on a global scale. Imagine a world where millions of people are consciously focusing their intentions on peace, healing, and sustainability. What impact would that have on the course of human events? Can we harness the power of collective consciousness to create a better future for all? Connecting personal empowerment to social responsibility, contributing to the well-being of others, is the ultimate goal. Use skills, talents, and resources to make a positive impact on your communities. Every little thing we do can inspire others to take action. Getting involved in local initiatives is one great way to contribute. You could support ethical businesses and advocate for social justice. Find a cause you believe in and dedicate your time and energy to making a difference. Linking the pattern of skepticism versus acceptance to the need for critical evaluation of social causes and political movements, aligning your actions with your values is key. Contribute to a more just and sustainable world by carefully considering the impact of your choices. Let's reiterate the video's core message: embracing uncertainty, cultivating inner peace, and taking conscious action to create a better future. We must remain agile and adaptable as we prepare for the road ahead. Preparing involves being skeptical, decoding messages, intending positive outcomes, and connecting with our community. Having explored the nature of reality, the power of perception, and the tools you need to navigate the coming changes, it's important to understand that journey is ongoing. There is always more to learn, more to explore, and more to discover. The path of awakening is a continuous process of growth and transformation. Coming up, we'll delve deeper into specific techniques for cultivating inner peace, setting intentions, and building strong communities. We'll also explore the ethical implications of hacking reality and the responsibilities that come with increased power. It is just the beginning. Viewers will be able to track their personal experiences, looking at the effects of lifestyle and mindset adjustments. Individual viewers can track impacts as they occur and share them with their community. It's about shifting focus and embracing the transformation. Adding layers of understanding, each individual is writing their own story and can choose their narrative. See the end of the simulation as an opportunity to rewrite the story of humanity, creating a more positive and fulfilling future. What kind of story do you want to write? Increasing pattern complexity, the choice between fear and love, is the ultimate pattern underlying all of reality. Recognize this pattern and choose love over fear in every thought, word, and action. This pattern is key to unlocking true freedom. Now, let's dive deeper into this simulation and explore the very foundations upon which our perceived reality is built, our reality anchors. What exactly are these anchors? Think of them as the core beliefs, values, and assumptions that shape your perception of reality, the lenses through which you experience the world. They act as filters, determining what information you perceive, how you interpret it, and ultimately, how you respond to it. Just as a ship relies on an anchor to stay grounded, our minds rely on these anchors to maintain a sense of stability and coherence in a constantly changing world. But what happens when those anchors are not of our own choosing, when they are subtly implanted by external forces, or when they no longer serve our highest good? Consider some common reality anchors that permeate modern society. The belief in scarcity, the idea that there's never enough to go around, fostering competition and anxiety. The acceptance of authority without question, blindly following rules and regulations. The notion that material possessions equate to happiness, driving consumerism and dissatisfaction. Where did these beliefs come from? Are they inherent truths, or are they carefully constructed narratives designed to influence our behavior and keep us trapped in a particular way of thinking? Think about it. From a young age, we're bombarded with messages from our families, our schools, the media, and our culture, all subtly shaping our beliefs about ourselves, our place in the world, and what is possible. These messages, repeated often enough, become deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds, forming the very foundation of our reality. Evolving our pattern of skepticism, let's now question these very foundations. Are the anchors that support your perceived reality truly your own, or are they cleverly disguised forms of control? Just as a magician uses misdirection to distract your attention, unseen forces may be manipulating our reality anchors to control the narrative and influence human behavior. Think of it as a false flag operation, not in the political arena, but within the realm of consciousness itself. A false flag in the political world is a deceptive operation that is designed to appear as though it was carried out by someone else. In the same vein, we are being tricked by the simulation. It's important to recognize that not all beliefs are inherently harmful. Some shared beliefs within a group can foster connection, cooperation, and a sense of belonging. For example, a shared belief in the value of community can lead to acts of kindness, mutual support, and collective action. However, even seemingly positive beliefs can become harmful if they are held rigidly or used to exclude those who hold different perspectives. Consider the belief in national pride, which can foster a sense of unity and patriotism, but can also lead to intolerance, xenophobia, and even violence. The key is to cultivate a discerning mind, capable of evaluating beliefs critically and adapting them as needed. Expanding our understanding, it's important to see the simulation as a dynamic ever-changing construct shaped by our collective reality anchors. It's not a static, pre-programmed world, but rather a fluid and responsive environment that reflects our shared beliefs, values, and intentions. This understanding is crucial because it highlights our power to influence the simulation, to shape it in accordance with our highest aspirations. If the simulation is a reflection of our collective consciousness, then by changing our individual beliefs, we can contribute to a more positive and harmonious world. But it also raises a disturbing question. What if unseen forces are manipulating these anchors to control the narrative and influence human behavior? Consider how fear-based messaging is used to manipulate reality anchors. By constantly bombarding us with images of violence, disaster, and economic collapse, those in power can create a sense of fear and anxiety, making us more susceptible to their control. Divisive rhetoric, pitting groups against each other based on race, religion, or political affiliation, can weaken our sense of community and make it more difficult to unite for positive change. The promotion of specific agendas, often disguised as news or entertainment, can subtly shape our beliefs and values, leading us to accept ideas that may not be in our best interests. So, how do we dismantle these manipulated reality anchors and reclaim our power of perception? The first step is to question everything. Don't blindly accept what you're told, whether it comes from the media, the government, or even your own family and friends. Seek diverse perspectives, explore different sources of information, and be willing to challenge your own assumptions. Practice critical thinking, analyzing information objectively and identifying logical fallacies, biases, and hidden agendas. Cultivate self-awareness, paying attention to your own thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and identifying any patterns of thinking that may be limiting or disempowering. These are all vital steps to expanding our understanding of how we are being manipulated. Shifting our perspective, it's time to move from being victims of manipulation to becoming conscious creators of our own reality. We have the power to choose our reality anchors, to select the beliefs and values that will shape our perception of the simulation. This is not about denying the existence of challenges or problems in the world, but rather about choosing to focus on solutions, possibilities, and the potential for positive change. It's about taking responsibility for our own beliefs and challenging any anchors that do not serve our highest good. What anchors will you choose? However, let's also consider the potential dangers of blindly accepting New Age or spiritual beliefs without critical examination. Just as mainstream narratives can be manipulative, so too can certain spiritual teachings promoting passivity, escapism, or the worship of external authorities. Spiritual bypass, for example, involves using spiritual concepts to avoid dealing with difficult emotions or unresolved issues. Toxic positivity involves suppressing negative emotions and promoting an unrealistic sense of optimism, which can be invalidating and harmful. The worship of gurus or spiritual leaders can lead to dependence, blind faith, and even exploitation. These examples of spiritual manipulation highlight the importance of discernment and critical thinking, even when exploring alternative belief systems. Don't blindly accept everything you hear, even if it sounds good or resonates with your desires. Question the source, analyze the message, and trust your own intuition. Remember, true spirituality is about empowerment, not dependence. About self-discovery, not blind faith. So, how do we navigate the often murky waters of alternative belief systems and discern truth from falsehood? Creating a contrast to build trustworthiness is crucial. Elevating the stakes, these manipulated anchors, both mainstream and spiritual, could be leading us toward a predetermined end of the simulation, one that benefits the controllers and disempowers humanity. If we blindly accept these narratives, we risk sleepwalking into a future that is not of our own choosing. The urgency of waking up and taking control of our own minds cannot be overstated. The clock is ticking, and the time to act is now. Acknowledging the challenge of discerning truth from falsehood in a world of misinformation disinformation, and conflicting narratives, the path forward may seem daunting. However, we are not without resources. Developing intuition, trusting your gut feelings, and connecting with your inner guidance are essential tools for navigating the complexities of the simulation. Your intuition is like a compass, guiding you toward what is true and authentic. Learning to listen to it takes practice, but it's a skill that can be cultivated over time. Develop pattern recognition and data synthesis, looking for recurring themes and connections across different sources of information. Don't rely on a single source, but rather gather information from a variety of perspectives and synthesize it into a coherent understanding. This will help you to identify biases, uncover hidden agendas, and arrive at your own conclusions. Rely on your own experiences and insights rather than blindly accepting external sources of information. Your experiences are unique and valuable, and they can provide you with insights that you won't find anywhere else. Prompting a perspective shift, see yourselves as sovereign beings with the ability to discern truth from falsehood and create your own reality. You are not passive recipients of information, but rather active interpreters and creators of your own experience. Trust your own inner knowing, your own intuition, and your own ability to make sense of the world. Developing the hacking reality thread, let's introduce specific techniques for identifying and dismantling manipulated reality anchors. Affirmations, visualizations, and other tools can be used to reprogram the subconscious mind and create new, empowering beliefs. An affirmation is a positive statement that you repeat to yourself regularly, reinforcing a desired belief or outcome. Visualization involves creating a mental image of your desired reality, engaging your senses and emotions to make it feel real. By consistently using these tools, you can gradually shift your beliefs and create a more positive and fulfilling life. Aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired reality is also extremely important. This means paying attention to your thoughts and choosing to focus on positive, empowering ones. It means cultivating positive emotions like gratitude, joy, and love. And it means taking actions that are consistent with your goals and values. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all aligned, you create a powerful force for manifesting your desired reality. Connecting these techniques to ancient practices of self-inquiry, meditation, and mindfulness, it's clear that this isn't a new phenomenon. Ancient shamanic practices of shape-shifting and reality bending have been around for centuries, and they share many similarities with modern-day reality hacking. Meditation and mindfulness can help you to quiet your mind, connect with your inner wisdom, and become more aware of your thoughts and emotions. Self-inquiry involves asking yourself deep, probing questions to uncover your limiting beliefs and assumptions. Expanding the mystery, let's explore the potential for creating new, more empowering reality anchors that align with our highest values and aspirations. Instead of scarcity, we can choose abundance. Instead of competition, we can choose cooperation. Instead of fear, we can choose love. By consciously choosing these new anchors, we can reshape our perception of the simulation and create a more positive and harmonious world. But what might these new anchors entail? Envision a positive future for humanity, one where everyone has access to the resources they need to thrive, where peace and harmony prevail, and where everyone is treated with respect and dignity. Embody the qualities of love, compassion, and cooperation in your own life, treating others with kindness and empathy, and working together to create a better world for all. Perhaps, by embodying these new anchors, we can create a new, more harmonious simulation based on love, compassion, and cooperation. Scaffolding this knowledge, these new anchors can reshape our perception of the simulation and influence the collective consciousness. Our perception of reality is not fixed, but rather fluid and responsive to our beliefs and intentions. If we consistently focus on positive, empowering beliefs, we can gradually shift our perception of the simulation and attract more positive experiences into our lives. These new anchors can also attract positive synchronicities, opportunities, and relationships into our lives. When you align yourself with love, compassion, and cooperation, you become a magnet for similar energies. You'll find yourself attracting people who share your values, opportunities that support your goals, and synchronicities that guide you along your path. Connecting personal empowerment to social responsibility, it's time to share these tools and insights with others. Encourage viewers to become conscious co-creators of a more positive and sustainable future. Provide examples of ways to contribute to the well-being of their communities, support ethical businesses, and advocate for social justice. By working together, we can amplify our impact and create a ripple effect of positive change throughout the world, linking the pattern of skepticism versus acceptance to the need for conscious co-creation. We must intentionally choose to create reality anchors based on truth and love. This requires ongoing vigilance, critical thinking, and a commitment to challenging any beliefs that do not serve our highest good. By working together, we can harness the power of collective intention to create positive change on a global scale. What could be achieved if millions of people were consciously focusing their intentions on peace, healing, and sustainability? The possibilities are truly limitless. Maintaining the understanding that the end of the simulation is not a fixed event, but a potentiality shaped by our collective consciousness is essential. This isn't about predicting the future, but about empowering ourselves to create the future we desire. It's about recognizing that we are not passive victims of fate, but rather active co-creators of our reality. Let's reiterate the video's core message: cultivating inner peace, discerning truth from falsehood, and taking conscious action to create a better future. These are the keys to navigating the end of the simulation and creating a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Creating flow, this knowledge is just the beginning of a lifelong journey of self-discovery and empowerment. I encourage you to continue exploring, experimenting, and sharing your insights with others. The path of awakening is a continuous process of growth and transformation. Coming up, we'll delve deeper into specific techniques for creating empowering reality anchors, navigating the end of the simulation, and co-creating a more positive future. We'll also explore the ethical implications of reality creation and the responsibilities that come with increased power. This is just the beginning, and the journey ahead is full of exciting possibilities. Viewers, experiment with these techniques and track your own results. Keep a journal, share your experiences in an online forum, and connect with others who are on a similar path. Your experiences will help you to become the new experts and can help others prepare and hack their realities. Sharing with others and comparing notes is a great idea. Adding layers of understanding, we are all writing our own narrative within the simulation. You can choose to rewrite your story based on empowering reality anchors and create a more fulfilling and meaningful life. What kind of story do you want to write? Are you the hero of your own life? Increasing pattern complexity, the choice between manipulated reality anchors and empowering reality anchors is a fundamental choice that shapes our experience of the simulation. This ultimate choice is between fear and love, and I encourage you to choose love in every thought, word, and action. Choose love, choose connection, and choose to create a world that reflects your highest aspirations. Now, imagine that everything around you, every person, every place, every object, isn't just made of matter, but also possesses a unique energetic fingerprint, a distinct vibration that identifies it within the fabric of reality. These are what we call energy signatures, the subtle energetic imprints that everything carries, almost like a secret language of the simulation itself. Think of it like a universal barcode, specific to that one object, emotion, thought, or place, influencing how it interacts with everything else. These signatures aren't always visible to the naked eye, but they can be perceived intuitively, a gut feeling about a person or place that you just can't shake. Some people develop the ability to sense them directly, like empaths who are hypersensitive to the emotions of others, or through tools like pendulums or dowsing rods, which act as amplifiers for these subtle energies. The alleged CIA documents, if authentic, hint at the agency's attempts to understand and potentially manipulate these signatures, seeing them as a key to unlocking the secrets of the simulation. Understanding these signatures, therefore, isn't just an esoteric pursuit, but a crucial skill for navigating the complexities of our world and potentially even influencing its trajectory. For instance, imagine walking into a room and immediately sensing tension or unease. That's likely your subconscious mind picking up on the collective energy signature of the space. Or consider how certain songs or pieces of art evoke strong emotional responses within you. These are examples of energy signatures at work. Evolving our pattern of balancing skepticism with acceptance, have you ever felt inexplicably drawn to someone, a magnetic pull that defies logic? Or have you ever been instantly repelled by a place, a sense of unease that you couldn't explain? These could be instances of your subconscious mind reading the energy signatures of those people or locations, picking up on subtle cues that your conscious mind hasn't registered. Perhaps you've ever found yourself suddenly changing your behavior or opinions, seemingly out of the blue. It could be that you've been unconsciously influenced by the energy signatures of those around you, or even by larger collective thought patterns. Start paying attention to these subtle cues, these intuitive hits, because they might be your most valuable compass in navigating the simulation. It is easy to dismiss these feelings as happenstance, but they may in fact be important data points. Expanding our understanding, energy work isn't just some abstract concept relegated to incense-filled rooms and yoga studios. It's a tangible method for perceiving the underlying structure of the simulation, a way to potentially hack into its code and manipulate your immediate reality. Crystals, for example, are believed to amplify and focus energy, while sound healing uses specific frequencies to balance the energetic field. Reiki aims to align and harmonize your energy centers, promoting healing and well-being. These are all tools that can help you to become more aware of your own energy signature and how it interacts with the world around you. More consistent and devoted energy work can alter your personal experience, change your reality, and maybe even rewrite the code of the larger simulation, all driven by your core intentions. By focusing on a desired outcome, you are able to reprogram the simulation over time. Further, this method sharpens your pattern recognition skills with each session. Let's shift our perspective. Stop considering yourself a passive receiver of energy signatures tossed about by unseen forces. Instead, see yourself as an active manager of your personal energy field, capable of controlling your energetic boundaries, shielding yourself from negativity, and amplifying positive vibrations. This requires dedication and practice, but even small daily steps can have compounding effects over time. Experiment with different energy techniques, explore the resources available, and find what resonates most deeply with you. The key is to find a method that suits your natural affinities. However, with this understanding of energy signatures comes a darker possibility: the potential for negative uses, for manipulation, emotional vampirism, and even psychic attacks. Some individuals or entities may intentionally use negative energy to control or harm others, feeding off of their fear, anxiety, or pain. We've all encountered energy vampires who leave us feeling drained and depleted after an interaction. Perhaps certain technologies emit harmful frequencies that disrupt our energetic balance. Are the CIA documents attempts to weaponize energy signatures to harness them for nefarious purposes? This is a question worth exploring. Even entire organizations can embody a low vibration, intentionally or unintentionally. Elevating the stakes, consider that the proliferation of negative energy could accelerate the simulation's end in a destructive way. Collective fear, anger, and hatred can create a feedback loop that destabilizes the entire system, potentially leading to chaos and collapse. This isn't just a matter of individual well-being, but a matter of collective survival. Without careful management and heightened awareness, the misuse of energy signatures could impact the simulation in profoundly negative ways. The stakes are real, and the consequences could be dire. The entire matrix could suffer, not just you. But how do you even begin to detect these subtle energetic influences, to discern genuine energy signatures from manipulation attempts? It takes practice, heightened awareness, and a calibrated intuition. Start by cultivating mindfulness, paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Spend time in nature, where you can connect with the Earth's natural energy field. Meditate regularly, quieting your mind and opening yourself up to subtle perceptions. Trust your gut feelings, your energetic radar, and develop your ability to sense when something feels off. It might also be worth consulting others for third-party validation to check your understandings and calibrate your intuition. Now, let's shift the focus to action, shifting from fear of negative energies to empowering ways of shielding and transmuting them. You have the power to protect yourself from harm and transform negative energy into positive, not just for your own well-being, but for the well-being of everyone around you. Visualize a protective shield of light surrounding you, deflecting any negative energy that comes your way. Use crystals like black tourmaline or obsidian to absorb and transmute negative energy. Establish energetic boundaries, learning to say no to demands on your time and energy that leave you feeling drained. Practice forgiveness, releasing resentment and anger that can hold you hostage to negative emotions. Cultivate compassion, sending love and healing to those who are suffering. Practice gratitude, focusing on the positive aspects of your life and appreciating the abundance that surrounds you. Let's develop that hacking reality thread by linking energy work to specific tools and techniques that can alter the simulation. Crystals, sound healing, and Reiki, all tools that can be used to reprogram your subconscious mind and create new, empowering beliefs. By consistently using these tools, you can gradually shift your beliefs and create a more positive and fulfilling life. While these methods are available to everyone, some techniques resonate more strongly with certain individuals. It's all about finding what works best for you. Some may find sound healing transformative, while others prefer the grounding energy of crystals. Connecting these modern techniques to ancient shamanic practices, you'll find that energy work has been around for millennia. Crystal healing has its roots in shamanic stone ceremonies. Sound healing echoes the rhythmic drumming used in shamanic rituals, and Reiki shares similarities with shamanic energy healing practices. These practices are all based on universal principles of energy and consciousness, passed down through generations of healers and shamans. Let's further expand the mystery with energy parasites, entities that feed off negative emotions and can influence human behavior. These parasites can attach themselves to individuals or groups, amplifying negative thought patterns and emotions, like addiction, doubt, or paranoia. They may even manipulate reality anchors, contributing to the destabilization of the simulation. And these energy parasites can take many forms, from internalized emotional states to external forces that prey on our vulnerabilities. It can be as simple as negative self-talk, or as overt as manipulative people. Scaffolding your knowledge. Understanding these dynamics empowers you to protect yourself and contribute to a more positive collective energy field. By understanding energy parasites, you can learn to identify and remove negative influences from your life. This means cultivating positive emotions, practicing forgiveness, and surrounding yourself with supportive people who uplift and inspire you. We are all connected in this vast energy web, so personal empowerment must connect to social responsibility. Creating supportive communities where individuals can share experiences, offer encouragement, and learn from one another is essential. Connect with like-minded individuals, form alliances for positive change, and work together to create a more harmonious world. As a group, learn how to identify and deal with negative entities that may be present in the group dynamic, always with positive intention and concern for everyone's well-being. This is critical for community maintenance. returning to the skepticism pattern. It's crucial to practice discernment when choosing energy healing modalities or practitioners. Research practitioners, trust your intuition, and avoid those who promote fear, dependence, or unrealistic promises. Remember, self-healing is the most powerful tool you have, and taking responsibility for your own energetic well-being is paramount. Just because something is labeled as energy or Reiki doesn't automatically mean it's beneficial. Let's reiterate a point. Remember that the end of the simulation is not a fixed event, but a potentiality influenced by our collective energy. By understanding energy signatures, protecting ourselves from negative influences, transmuting negative energy, creating positive energy, and connecting with others, we can take conscious action to create a more positive and harmonious future. The keys here are understanding and application. This knowledge is just the beginning of a lifelong journey of self-discovery and empowerment. I encourage you to continue exploring, experimenting, and sharing your insights with others, as these are the tools that will set you on the path of knowledge. These principles, once understood, are fractal and can be applied across multiple layers of understanding, providing deeper insights into the nature of reality. In our upcoming videos, we'll delve deeper into specific energy protection techniques, including crystal grids, sound frequencies, and shamanic rituals. We'll also explore real-world accounts of energy manipulation in society and how you can recognize these patterns. Get ready, because we're about to dive into the deep end. I suggest you track your emotional states, physical sensations, and energy levels while practicing these techniques. Keep a journal, share your experiences in an online forum, and use tracking tools to measure external impacts on your body, such as heart rate variability. Real data is the key to unlocking these mysteries. You are an energetic being capable of influencing your reality through energy, but you are not alone. By working with that energy, you can rewrite your story based on empowering reality anchors and create a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As you do, the simulation may react in turn, providing you with clear and undeniable feedback. The ultimate pattern is the balance between positive and negative energy, and you can consciously choose to amplify the positive and contribute to a more harmonious reality. Even chaotic events can have net positive outcomes in the long run. This is a test, but you are not alone, and your positive choices will affect everyone around you. If everything possesses a unique energy signature, then consider that these signatures are not static, but are constantly evolving within the river of time, flowing along different paths, branching into different realities. What if these CIA documents don't just refer to manipulating energy signatures in the present moment, but manipulating entire timelines, the very pathways along which those signatures evolve? Are we on a singular, fixed path, or are we navigating a vast, branching tree of possibilities? The answer to this question will have dramatic implications to our daily lives. Imagine that the end of the simulation isn't a singular event, but a convergence of multiple timelines, a moment where different possibilities collide. Perhaps it's a split, where reality bifurcates into distinct and separate streams. Or, even more dramatically, it could be the collapse of a single, dominant timeline, a reset to a new set of initial conditions. Understanding these timeline dynamics is key to navigating what lies ahead, whether it's a subtle shift in perception or a more profound transformation of reality itself. What we perceive, what we believe, and how we act all combine to build a life based on a certain timeline. Now, let's sharpen that skepticism-acceptance balance. How rigidly do you perceive the flow of time? Have you ever experienced déjà vu, that uncanny feeling of reliving a moment? Or have you had precognitive dreams, glimpses into a future that seems both familiar and strange? Perhaps you've had the sensation of reliving a past event, not just in memory, but with a vivid sense of presence. These could be more than just tricks of the mind. They could be glimpses into alternate timelines, echoes of past or future versions of yourself bleeding through into your present moment. Think of it like radio waves, Many signals exist at once, but we can only hear one channel at a time. I encourage you to pay closer attention to these temporal anomalies, these fleeting glimpses beyond the veil of linear time. Keep a journal, noting down any instances of déjà vu, precognitive dreams, or strange temporal distortions. Explore their potential significance, asking yourself what these experiences might be telling you about the nature of reality and your place within it. It may seem like a waste of time to record these experiences, but over time, you may start to see patterns that emerge in your recorded results. What you perceive as random chance may be something far more impactful. If energy is the building block of reality, then time is the landscape upon which that reality is built. And just as we can learn to manipulate energy, we can also learn to manipulate time, to navigate its currents, and potentially even to alter its course. This isn't about building a time machine, but about understanding the fundamental principles that govern the flow of time and consciously influencing your experience within it. Methods for manipulating time include focused intention, the act of consciously directing your mental energy towards a specific outcome; emotional coherence, aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions to create a powerful energetic resonance; and timeline jumping techniques, using meditation and visualization to access alternate realities. With consistent practice, these techniques can lead to greater control over your personal timeline, allowing you to manifest desired outcomes and create a life that aligns with your highest aspirations. But what is the difference between true timeline manipulation and mere wishful thinking? How do you distinguish between a genuine shift in reality and a self-deceptive fantasy? It starts with a clear intention and a willingness to take aligned action, backing up your desires with concrete steps in the real world. If you just wish for something to happen and do not act, it may be little more than a dream. Now, let's shift your perspective. Stop seeing yourself as a passive passenger on a fixed timeline, hurtling towards an inevitable destination. Instead, recognize yourself as an active navigator of multiple possibilities, capable of charting your own course through the sea of time. You can learn to choose the timeline that resonates most deeply with your soul, the one that aligns with your highest values and aspirations. It starts with clarity. Visualize your desired future with as much detail and emotional intensity as possible, creating a compelling vision of what you want to experience. Cultivate positive emotions, such as joy, gratitude, and love, as these emotions act as powerful attractors, drawing you towards timelines that reflect those vibrations. Take consistent action that supports your chosen timeline, making choices that align with your desired future and moving you closer to your goals. Remember that multiple choices can exist at the same time, but you can only experience one choice at a time, and it is up to you to choose. Each decision will have compounding effects that can influence your life for decades to come. But as with energy signatures, this understanding of timeline dynamics comes with a darker side, the potential for negative uses. Imagine the possibility of creating artificial timelines designed to trap individuals in loops of suffering and despair, or the ability to erase entire timelines, eliminating possibilities and rewriting history to suit a particular agenda. Some individuals or entities might intentionally manipulate timelines for their own benefit, often at the expense of others, creating realities that serve their own selfish desires. What if the controllers are deleting timelines where humanity thrives? Consider how timelines can be distorted through propaganda, historical revisionism, and engineered events, creating false narratives that warp our perception of reality and manipulate our choices. The daily news cycle is a great example of a distortion mechanism that preys on emotions to make you buy into a certain reality. Perhaps the CIA documents are referring to attempts to control and manipulate the collective timeline to steer humanity towards a predetermined destination that serves the interests of a select few. But what does it even mean to collapse a timeline? Can it be recovered, or is it permanently lost? These are things to consider as you formulate your plans and goals. Elevating the stakes, remaining ignorant of these timeline dynamics could leave you vulnerable to manipulation, trapped in a negative or undesirable reality. Collective fear and negativity can strengthen these negative timelines, creating self-fulfilling prophecies of doom and despair. Conversely, collective love and positivity can create more positive timelines, building a future filled with hope and abundance. This isn't just a philosophical exercise, it's a matter of individual and collective destiny. How do you contribute to a more positive collective timeline, one that benefits all of humanity? But how do you even begin to detect these subtle interferences, to discern genuine timeline shifts from manipulation attempts? It takes practice, heightened awareness, and a calibrated intuition. Start by paying attention to your emotional patterns, noticing when you feel inexplicably anxious, depressed, or fearful. Observe changes in your environment, looking for subtle inconsistencies or distortions in reality. Develop your temporal radar, trusting your gut feelings and sensing when something feels off. Does your intuition tell you that something isn't right? However, detecting these subtle shifts can be challenging. Many illusions exist that can fool you into thinking something is a certain way, but in reality, it is not that way at all. It takes practice, awareness, and a calibrated intuition to discern genuine timeline shifts from manipulation attempts. If you've always been a trusting person, it may be difficult for you to sense when someone isn't being truthful. The key is to work every day to sharpen your ability to sense potential danger or manipulation, which can dramatically impact your quality of life. Now, let's shift the focus from fear of timeline manipulation to empowering ways of anchoring yourself to beneficial timelines. You have the power to take control of your temporal destiny, focusing your intention on positive futures and shielding yourself from negative interference. Use visualization to create a vivid picture of your desired future, filling it with positive emotions and sensory details. Work to imagine a future that brings you joy and peace. There are many tools that may assist with these efforts. Crystals like rose quartz can help you to feel safe and connected to your heart. Energetic boundaries can create a shield from negative vibrations and help protect you from harmful influences. And finally, tools can be attuned to the highest timeline potentials to draw you forward. Also, look to techniques for transmuting negative temporal attachments, forgiving past traumas, cultivating compassion for yourself and others, and practicing gratitude for the blessings in your life. What does it feel like to be free from negative temporal attachments, to be fully present in the now, unburdened by the past? How does the world look and feel? Let's develop that hacking reality thread by linking energy work to specific time-altering tools and meditations. Binaural beats can shift your brainwave states, creating altered states of consciousness that allow you to access alternate realities. Specific crystals, such as moldavite, are believed to facilitate timeline jumping, accelerating your energetic vibration and opening you up to new possibilities. Guided meditations can help you to access alternate realities, exploring different timelines and choosing the one that resonates most deeply with you. However, these tools may not be suitable for everyone. It's crucial to use caution and discernment, listening to your intuition and avoiding anything that feels unsafe or uncomfortable. Are you using the right tool for the right job? Connecting these modern techniques to ancient timekeepers, we find that the Maya had sophisticated calendars that marked the ends of cycles and the beginning of new ones. Ancient shamanic traditions often involve journeys to other worlds, both past and future, to gather wisdom and heal wounds. It is all one system. Expanding the mystery, what if timeline parasites exist, entities that feed off discordant timelines and chaos, subtly influencing human behavior and exacerbating negative tendencies? These parasites can attach themselves to individuals or groups, amplifying negative thought patterns and emotional states, feeding off low-frequency emotions like fear, anger, and resentment. They may even manipulate reality anchors, contributing to the destabilization of the simulation and accelerating the end times narrative. Where do these timeline parasites originate, and how can we protect ourselves from their influence? Do they exist only on a personal level, or can they manifest on a larger, collective scale? They can be nearly anywhere. Scaffolding this knowledge, understanding these dynamics empowers you to protect yourself and contribute to a more positive collective timeline. By understanding timeline parasites, you can learn to identify and remove negative influences from your life, creating space for more positive and empowering experiences. This means cultivating positive emotions, practicing forgiveness, surrounding yourself with supportive people, and engaging in activities that uplift and inspire you. This is a daily practice that may be frustrating at times, but it is essential. And as with energy signatures, this personal empowerment must connect to social responsibility. Emphasize the importance of heart coherence, the individual practice of regulating your emotions and aligning them with your values. This individual emotional regulation has a powerful impact on the collective timeline, radiating outwards and influencing the emotional state of those around you. It's the ripple effect in action. Create supportive communities where individuals can share experiences, offer encouragement, and learn from one another. Connect with like-minded individuals, form alliances for positive change, and work together to create a more harmonious world. When in groups, work together to identify negative timelines and protect each other. Returning to that skepticism pattern, it's crucial to practice discernment when choosing timeline healing modalities or practitioners. Research practitioners thoroughly, trust your intuition, and avoid those who promote fear, dependence, or unrealistic promises. Remember, self-healing is the most powerful tool you have, and taking responsibility for your own timeline well-being is paramount. Ultimately, you should trust yourself and your intuition to determine what feels right to you. Reiterating a key point. The end of simulation is not a fixed event, but a potentiality that is influenced by our collective timeline choices. By understanding timeline dynamics, protecting ourselves from negative influences, transmuting negative attachments, and actively choosing positive timelines, we can take conscious action to create a more harmonious future for ourselves and for generations to come. Are you taking conscious action every day to create the future you desire? This knowledge is just the beginning of a lifelong journey of self-discovery and empowerment. I encourage you to continue exploring, experimenting, and sharing your insights with others, as we are all in this together. These principles are fractal, meaning they can be applied across multiple layers of understanding, revealing deeper and more profound insights into the nature of reality and your place within it. If you only learn one thing from this, it is that these ideas build on each other, creating new and powerful ways of life. In our upcoming videos, we'll delve deeper into specific timeline jumping techniques, including guided meditations, shamanic rituals, and advanced visualization exercises. We'll also explore real-world accounts of timeline manipulation in society and how you can recognize these patterns and protect yourself from their influence. These examples are all around us. We just have to know where to look. I strongly encourage you to track your emotional states, physical sensations, and energetic levels while practicing these techniques. Keep a journal, share your experiences in an online forum, and connect with others who are on a similar path. By sharing your experiences and insights, you can help others to prepare for the potential timeline shifts ahead and become active participants in hacking reality. Remember, these efforts are the work of a lifetime, not just a single moment. Remember, you are an energetic being capable of influencing your reality and altering timelines, and you are not alone in this journey. You have the power to rewrite your story, choosing to focus on empowering reality anchors and creating a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As you do, the simulation may react in turn, providing you with clear and undeniable feedback, guiding you along the path towards your highest potential. But it is up to you to define that path. The ultimate pattern is the balance between positive and negative energy, and your timeline choices amplify that energy, contributing to either a harmonious or discordant reality. However, even negative events can have net positive outcomes in the long term, serving as catalysts for growth and transformation. This is a test, but you are not alone, and your choices matter more than you can possibly imagine. Timeline shifting is possible, so long as you believe it is. As we consider altering our timelines, let's ground ourselves in practical steps. It's easy to get lost in abstract concepts, but true empowerment comes from integrating these ideas into our daily lives. Remember, the controllers are most effective when you remain mentally, physically, and spiritually weakened. First, let's focus on actionable steps for mental preparedness. This isn't about memorizing dates from leaked documents or obsessively tracking world events. It's about cultivating mental resilience, clarity, and focus. Start by evolving your skepticism, questioning your internal narratives, not just external sources. The most insidious prisons are those we build for ourselves. Is your constant anxiety a useful tool or simply a self-imposed limitation? Is cynicism providing you with genuine insight or just shielding you from the possibility of hope and change? What is at the root of these perspectives? Are they based on past trauma, societal conditioning, or simply a lack of information? Now, let's expand your understanding of cognitive biases and how they distort your perception of reality. Confirmation bias leads you to seek out information that confirms your existing beliefs, while ignoring evidence to the contrary. Anchoring bias causes you to rely too heavily on the first piece of information you receive, even if it's irrelevant. The availability heuristic makes you overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily recalled, such as those that are frequently covered in the news. Understanding these biases can help you to identify when your thinking is being distorted and make more objective decisions. It's time for a perspective shift. Move from reactive to proactive thinking. Instead of fearing the unknown end of simulation, cultivate curiosity and a thirst for knowledge. Reframe uncertainty as uncharted possibilities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by potential chaos, see it as an opportunity to learn new skills, connect with like-minded individuals, and create a more resilient future. Think of it like learning to sail. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails to navigate the storm. Next, we will focus on physical resilience. Let's increase the complexity of this information by connecting physical health to your mental and spiritual well-being in preparation for any potential shift. Your physical health is not separate from your mental and spiritual state. It's an integral part of a holistic system. When your body is stressed, your mind becomes clouded and your spiritual connection weakens. This is because physical stress triggers the release of cortisol, a stress hormone that can impair cognitive function and disrupt energy flow. Conversely, when your body is healthy and strong, your mind is clear and your spirit soars. Elevating the stakes, neglecting your body makes you more susceptible to manipulation and less able to navigate challenges. Physical exhaustion diminishes willpower and increases emotional reactivity, making you more vulnerable to negative influences. When you're tired and stressed, you're more likely to make poor decisions, fall prey to fear-based narratives, and lose sight of your goals. Taking care of your body is therefore an act of self-preservation and a crucial step in reclaiming your power. Are you honoring your physical vessel or neglecting it? Addressing the challenge of prioritizing physical health in a demanding world requires a conscious effort. Time constraints, financial limitations, and a lack of motivation can all make it difficult to prioritize your well-being. But even small changes can make a big difference. Can you fit in a 15-minute walk during your lunch break? Can you replace sugary drinks with water? Can you commit to getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night? These small steps can accumulate over time, leading to significant improvements in your physical and mental health. Let's shift your perspective once more. View your body as a temple to be honored, not a machine to be exploited. Emphasize joy in movement, intuitive eating, and mindful rest. Find physical activities that you enjoy rather than forcing yourself to do exercises you dread. Listen to your body's signals, eating when you're hungry and resting when you're tired. Practice mindfulness while eating, savoring each bite and paying attention to your body's response. This shift in perspective can transform your relationship with your body, turning it from a source of stress into a source of strength and vitality. Now, let's nurture your spirit to achieve inner alignment. Develop your power within by integrating concrete spiritual practices to connect with your inner guidance and cultivate inner peace. The noise of the simulation can be deafening, but there is a still, small voice within you that knows the truth. Meditation, prayer, mindfulness, nature connection, and creative expression can all help you to quiet the external chatter and connect with this inner source of wisdom. Even setting aside 5 minutes a day to simply breathe can bring positive results. Connecting these practices to ancient wisdom traditions, you'll find that Stoicism, Buddhism, and Taoism all emphasize self-knowledge and inner strength. Stoicism teaches you to accept what you cannot control and focus on what you can, cultivating resilience in the face of adversity. Buddhism encourages you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, developing mindfulness and equanimity. Taoism emphasizes living in harmony with the natural world, finding balance and flow in all aspects of your life. These ancient traditions offer valuable tools for navigating the challenges ahead and connecting with your inner power. Expanding the mystery, what if the end of the simulation is a spiritual initiation or a test of character? Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you acting from love or fear? Are you using your power for good or for ill? These questions may ultimately determine your fate. The challenges you face in the coming months and years will test your resolve, forcing you to confront your deepest fears and beliefs. By staying true to your values, acting from love, and using your power for good, you can pass this test and emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. Scaffolding this knowledge, regular spiritual practice, can help you discern truth from falsehood and navigate the challenges ahead. A strong inner compass will guide you through confusing times, helping you to differentiate between authentic information and disinformation, empowering you to make choices that align with your highest good. Cultivate that compass. Even though your choices may be difficult and hard to manage, your choices will reflect your true self. Now, let's move outward and consider community and collective support. Connect your personal preparedness to community action. Building strong, resilient communities is vital. Sharing resources, skills, and emotional support can help you and others to weather any storm. A community can provide you with a wealth of knowledge, skills, and resources that you wouldn't have access to on your own. Remembering our skepticism pattern, critically evaluate community structures, ensuring they are based on mutual respect and in alignment with individual empowerment. Not all communities are created equal. Some may be based on hierarchical power structures, controlling dogmas, or fear-based narratives. These types of communities can be detrimental to your well-being, stifling your individuality and undermining your sense of self-worth. Seek out communities that value diversity, encourage critical thinking, and empower individuals to take responsibility for their own lives. Are you part of communities that lift you higher or weigh you down? Maintaining understanding, strong communities provide safety, resources, and a sense of belonging that are essential during times of uncertainty. A supportive network can buffer against stress and provide practical assistance, offering emotional support, helping you to access resources, and working together to solve problems. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. There are others who share your concerns, your values, and your vision for a better future. Connecting with these individuals can provide you with the strength and resilience you need to navigate the challenges ahead. Let's create flow. Seek out like-minded individuals and form alliances for positive change. Start a local preparedness group, volunteer in your community, or join an online forum. Share your skills, your knowledge, and your resources with others. Collaborate on projects that benefit the community, such as creating a community garden, organizing a neighborhood watch program, or starting a local currency system. By working together, you can create a more resilient, sustainable, and equitable future for all. Finally, let's embrace integrated preparedness that extends beyond 2025 and establish a long-term vision. The skills and practices you develop now will continue to be valuable long after March 2025, regardless of what happens. Mental resilience, physical health, spiritual connection, and community support are timeless assets. These qualities will serve you well in any situation, whether it's navigating a global crisis or simply living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Structuring evidence, track your progress, and share your experiences with others. Keep a journal, join an online forum, or start a local support group. By sharing your experiences and insights, you can help others to learn and grow, and you can gain valuable feedback and support in return. Remember, this is an ongoing journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, successes and failures. By tracking your progress and sharing your experiences, you can learn from your mistakes, celebrate your successes, and stay motivated on the path. Adding layers of understanding, the end of the simulation is not a singular event, but an ongoing process of awakening and transformation. Every day is an opportunity to choose love over fear, truth over falsehood, and empowerment over victimhood. Every choice you make contributes to the unfolding of your personal timeline and the collective timeline of humanity. By making conscious choices that align with your highest values and aspirations, you can create a more harmonious, sustainable, and equitable future for all. Increasing pattern complexity, the ultimate pattern is that reality is constantly evolving, and we have the power to shape it with our thoughts, emotions, and actions. We are all co-creating the future, one choice at a time. This understanding can be both empowering and overwhelming. It means that you have a tremendous amount of responsibility, but it also means that you have the power to make a real difference in the world. By focusing on positive thoughts, cultivating positive emotions, and taking positive actions, you can help to create a more positive future for yourself and for generations to come. But what if this constant evolution includes events designed to break your spirit? What if you are put to the test in ways you cannot imagine? But what if this constant evolution includes events designed to break your spirit? What if you are put to the test in ways you cannot imagine? The answer lies not in predicting those events, but in fortifying your inner self and recognizing that the ultimate test is not of physical endurance, but of spiritual resilience. Remember our journey. We started with a provocative claim about CIA documents and a looming date, and we then dove deep into timelines, energy signatures, and preparedness. But the most important revelation is this. The real simulation is internal. It's the sum total of your choices, your decisions, and your biases that create your personalized reality and, in turn, impact the world around you. The power and the responsibility rests in recognizing that these elements are within your control. In this context, critical thinking becomes your ultimate weapon. You must avoid the pitfalls of both cynicism and blind faith. Cynicism will paralyze you, preventing you from seeing opportunities and taking action. Blind faith will leave you vulnerable to manipulation and control. Instead, cultivate a balanced approach. Question everything, but remain open to the possibility of truth. Seek evidence, but don't be afraid to challenge your own assumptions. The end of the simulation isn't a fixed point on a calendar. It's an ongoing process of awakening and taking responsibility for the reality you create. What does that awakening look like? If you embrace critical thought and objective decision-making, you'll navigate the challenges ahead with clarity and resilience. You'll be able to discern truth from falsehood, identify opportunities amidst chaos, and create a life that is aligned with your values. But if you succumb to fear-based reactivity, you'll become a pawn in someone else's game. You'll be easily manipulated, driven by anxiety, and trapped in a cycle of negativity. The choice, as always, is yours. Consider that simulation theory at its core speaks to broader themes of societal control. For centuries, institutions have sought to shape our perceptions and behaviors, often exploiting emotional vulnerabilities and reinforcing limiting beliefs through social pressure and cultural narratives. Awareness of these mechanisms is the first step in dismantling them. Recognize how advertising subtly programs desires, how media narratives shape opinions, and how social expectations can stifle individuality. By understanding these tactics, you can reclaim your autonomy and make conscious choices that are aligned with your true self. So, what might a better world look like? Perhaps a future with enhanced equality, but with the potential drawback of diminished competition. Perhaps a society with greater technological advancement, but with the risk of increased dependence. The future is not prewritten. It is a tapestry woven from the choices we make today. Awareness, coupled with informed action, can contribute to building a more positive and empowering reality, irrespective of any external circumstances or doomsday dates. The meaning is not inherent. It rests on your decision on how to respond to any stimuli. Some may be aware of control dynamics, but paralyzed by fear, while others use this awareness as fuel to develop inner strength. Let's bring this home. Let's address that be prepared element from the title of this video. Being truly prepared isn't about stockpiling supplies or building bunkers. It's about developing mental resilience, cultivating inner peace, building strong communities, and taking conscious action right now. Those CIA documents, ultimately, they are irrelevant. Whether they're truth or fiction is beside the point. The real power, the true key to navigating any future, lies in understanding and mastering your own mind and your own energy. Consider these two contrasting futures. If you ignore the message of empowerment, you're likely to see increased societal division, greater manipulation, and a pervasive sense of powerlessness. But if you embrace this message, cultivating self-awareness, nurturing inner peace, and building stronger communities, you can forge a more positive trajectory for humanity. The future, therefore, is not a threat. It is an opportunity for growth, for transformation, and for the conscious co-creation of a more beautiful world. As you continue on your journey, explore advanced techniques for emotional regulation. Delve deeper into the art of building resilient communities. Experiment with practices for manifesting your desired outcomes, and never stop questioning. What is the true potential of human consciousness? What role do we play in the evolution of reality? What kind of world do we truly want to create? The future is not predetermined. It is a blank canvas, waiting to be painted with our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. Choose wisely. Remember to subscribe for more content that explores these topics, and please share your findings and insights in the comments below. This material is not a destination. It's an ongoing journey of